All right. Good morning, everybody. This is the first in a series of updates. We're going to try to update you. Ben has already been on. He's one of the second or third people that I interviewed. We were sitting on his couch, and since then, he's had a major uh, physical event. And so I want to update on Ben's condition and also how it plays into whole food plant-based. So start off, what has happened to you since the last time the public has seen you?
Well, what it really was is I had a partial bowel obstruction.
Yes.
And it was because I had, in years past, before I was on this way of eating, I had an appendicitis, which created what they call adhesions, and it had wrapped around my small intestine. And from time to time, I'd even have to go to the hospital and spend, maybe 3 or 4 days in there, and it would go away. But this time, about 2.5 months ago, it didn't go away, and they had to go in and do an operation, and they took out about 2 feet of my small intestine because it had wrapped around. They said it looked like a cocoon in there instead of, so it was just not going to, it was not going to break free this time.
Right.
So they had to take it out.
Can I interrupt?
Sure.
Stop you for a moment. Are you implying or saying that you first had the what did you have?
I had an appendicitis about 10 years ago.
Are you implying that that was sort of caused by not eating? Did someone tell you that?
No, I can't say that for sure. But the thing is, since we've been on this diet, I can tell you the only thing that used to set it off is if I ate a lot of like oil or something, and it would clog up my system.
Yeah.
And then I mean, you're really in a lot of pain because when you can't pass it, it just bloats in your stomach, and you're just really in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
So the first they would go and they would put me in the hospital and put me on pain medicine, and sometimes most of the time it would open up and I'd be okay. But this last time I was in about 5 or 6 days and it didn't open up. And the guy said, we're going to have to do some plumbing. And so that's when he took it. And
you were in the hospital how long?
10 days.
10 days.
Yeah.
And this was about 2 months ago?
Well, about 2.5 months ago.
2.5 months ago.
Yeah.
And so you've come back out of the hospital. Have you changed anything?
Well, at first when I came out, I had to have, all my food had to be, I mean, everything went in a blender, and I was just trying to get enough, nourishment to eat, and then after about 2 or 3 weeks, I started adding in stuff, but no, that's the same diet that I've always been on now. And I'm thinking that since they took out part of it, and about 4 or 5 years ago, they went in and just snipped the adhesions, but they grow back. Yeah. So this time when they took it out, I think it's going to, cure
hoping,
it. I'm hoping it cures it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I suspect, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I suspect you're watching your oil now too.
I don't do anything crazy anymore at all, because it's not worth taking a chance.
That's right. That's right. The downside is,
But everything else, I mean, I'm working better than I've down there, better than they ever have.
Well, that's good.
I feel really good.
Yeah. And so you're just eating your normal whole food plant-based.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
And you haven't, and you're with Kaiser, right?
Correct.
And tell me, you mentioned to me earlier that Kaiser has a team that specializes.
They have a team that specializes in just partial block. And when I was in the hospital, there were 2 or 3 other patients in the hospital at the same time.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean, you just never know when one of these attacks are going to happen when you have these adhesions.
But they didn't say anything like don't eat vegetables.
No, no. Because I told them I was on a whole food plant-based, and they were tickled that I was on it. They didn't say change or do anything, and so it's been working fine. I mean,
good.
I feel really good.
Good. Thank you, Ben.
Oh, sure.
This is our first update. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you much. I appreciate it.